Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to grow potatoes. Any type of potato, really, but we usually just do like normal potatoes in grow bags. Now, here's the thing. You don't want to really be growing them all the way out there in your garden because they have a ton of different beetles and stuff like that that'll come for them. And when they find out you have a garden, oh, your garden is going to be screwed. It's wraps for your garden. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about planting these potatoes. We do these every year. We've been doing these since 2022, which was our third consecutive year of growing a garden. This year is our fifth. It's crazy to think about that. So today we're going to be talking about that. Before we get in, be sure to click the like and subscribe for more of these gardening tutorials. There's going to be a ton of them before May. So yeah, enjoy. So first of all, you want to go outside. You want not go outside. You can't just find these lying on the ground outside. You want to go out there and buy some potato grow bags. These grow bags, you can probably find them at like Tractor Supply or something like that. These are just the ultimate things for growing potatoes. They are great. I'd recommend them for everyone. The reason is because they're simple to use. You can fill them up with as much dirt as you need, and then you could also have access to them when you're harvesting them because they have a little door you can open up, and then you could put it into a wheelbarrow. We'll get into harvesting them in just a minute, but we want to go through the growing process. So you want to fill it up about halfway with dirt, and then you want to put your potato seeds in there. They're not really seeds, they're just like little strips of potatoes. You'll probably find these out there. You don't really get them as seeds, you get them as like little strips, and it's really simple to use them. You just put them in there, put a couple of them in there, and then next thing you do is you want to wait for them to begin sprouting. And once they've sprouted, what I want you to do is I want you to begin burying them in dirt. That's what we usually do, like perfect soil. You don't want to plant them outside of these grow bags. You want to bury them until the soil is about maybe like 7/8 of the way to the top, and then you can stop burying them. Now that process will usually, if you plant them by like Memorial Day weekend, like what we do here, it'll probably take around 7 to 8 weeks for them to reach maturity. But you'll notice when like they've reached maturity, you won't really notice a whole lot of flowers. You'll notice them dying back. That's what you'll notice. You'll notice like they're dying back significantly, and they're not like doing too much anymore. So you'll be just like, you'll be out there and they'll be like, they've been growing crazily. Now they just stopped. Like they hit a halt. That's when they're developing their flowers. And then once they flowered, you will notice they'll die back. And that right there is a sign that they're growing potatoes. You can take a quick look, but you don't want to harvest them just yet. In here, you should also be ripping out all these like unnecessary little weeds, but you want to be really cautious about the potato plants that are growing in the grow bags. You want to take those out gradually and slowly. And the next thing you know, it'll be time to harvest them, and I'll show you when to harvest them. So harvesting potatoes happens like really randomly. Like it could be usually it's like either late August through like early October, depending on where you're at. So I'm up here in 6B. So since we're up here in that growing zone, you'll notice that you will have a few potatoes. You'll notice that you'll have to harvest them earlier. So like you'll probably harvest them around Labor Day weekend here. But if I was down a little bit further south, like 7B or 8A, then I'll be harvesting them probably closer to the end of September, probably closer to Columbus Day weekend instead of Labor Day weekend. So I'll have to harvest the potatoes down there during that time frame. And I'll show you how to harvest them in just a minute, but you really need to understand that it's really just a sign. If there's like no leaves left on them, then I think it's pretty much time to harvest them. The potatoes are waiting you. I'll show you just how to harvest them in just a couple seconds. But yeah, just remember all this. It's really important. You don't want to harvest them randomly. Once you notice they're like completely died back, then it's officially time that you can get out there and you can go get yourself some potatoes. So to harvest your potatoes, it's really simple. The thing I want you to do is I want you to go out there and I want you to go and get a wheelbarrow. If you don't have that, it's fine. You could just like do it on like a surface that like you could like trust. And then you could but I'd really put them in like a wheelbarrow. I'd recommend, because you can move the dirt around. And you want to put the grow bag. They might be heavy. Usually they're, I'd say, around 8 to 10 pounds. So you put them in there, and you see that little there's like the little zipper thing over there. You zip that up. That's the little window I was talking about that you can open. And you begin emptying out gradually. If it's not gradually moving out, then you can just tip it over into the wheelbarrow, and then you'll be good to go. Now, I want you to do this one at a time because I want you to spend time. Let's just say you planted 4 bags. I want you to do 1 bag at a time. I don't want you to do like all the bags at once. So you can go sifting through all this soil here, and then you can, and you might want to wear gloves, but if you're fine with getting your hands dirty in the dirt and mud and all that whatnot, then it's fine. You can go ahead and get yourself some and you can just go in there with just your hands and take it out. You want to go through it really slowly. And I want you to separate the potatoes into a separate bag. So that way, or you can just choose a grow bag that you're going to use to put the potatoes in. And then you put the potatoes in there. And then once you've noted that all the areas there are not like you've noticed all the potatoes are harvested, you usually get, I'd say, you can get as low as 4 to 8 potatoes in a grow bag, or you can get as much as 16 to 30 potatoes in a grow bag. It all depends on the quality of the summer. If it was if you had really sharp temperature swings like what we had last summer, one day it would be 94 degrees and the next day it would be 68 degrees, then it won't really be too optimal for them. So that's what I'm saying here. Then you do the next bag, you do the same thing, you repeat the process for the next bag, and then the next bag, then the next bag, then the next bag, and so on and so forth. Once you got it all done, then you can go out there and dump the dirt. I want you to do it after each of the bags, by the way. I forgot to mention that. But when you dump the dirt, you'll notice sometimes you might have forgot a few. Then it's good to go. Dump the dirt in a location where you feel like it would be best for compost and stuff like that. So that's how you can grow potatoes. Be sure to repeat this process every year if you're planning on doing potatoes. And make sure you actually enjoy doing potatoes before you actually want to plant them.